Hi there, it's currently July 18th, 2018. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day so far. I actually just bought a new tarot card deck of cards, and it's A Guide to Mystic Fairy Tarot by Barbara Moore. So this is a book that comes with it, and I'm just really drawn into fairies. I'm just learning about them, and they're just very helpful. So I thought I would work with a deck like that, and they're just very pretty. So thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I very much appreciate it. I really do, from the bottom of my heart. So it's so awesome that I started this YouTube channel and that people actually watch these videos. It's a great way to connect to each other. And if you are interested in more free readings, I do a lot of stuff on Facebook as well as Instagram at Robin's Healing. So far, I bought this deck today. The Fool has come out twice. So that's the only card that I've pulled, and it's just, I'm randomly pulling it out. So very interesting. My left hand is actually burning, so there's someone in particular that I feel like needs to hear this in relation to a partnership, and they definitely need some Reiki healing as well. So you can check out robinshealing.com if you're interested in getting any type of healing. Feel free to let me know. It would definitely be good for someone in particular about a relationship. Okay, so the Fool. Very first card in tarot for the people that don't know anything about tarot, there's a story, and the last card in tarot is the World, which is ultimately where we're trying to get to in our lives. But the Fool is the very first card, and that's the journey of learning about tarot. That's the journey of life, that sort of thing. So some of you know that we just had a new moon, and now we're at quarter moon. So this makes sense that things are just kind of starting to come into place for yourselves right now. It's just becoming more aware of how powerful and strong these new beginnings are, because there are lessons involved in the new beginning. So identify through your new beginning based on what you're learning at this moment, or what you're being called into learning. So if something's been going on, there's definitely a lesson. And so take that as your new beginning, okay? So really important. I'm also seeing a lot of green here. So again, sexuality, talking about someone in a relationship, that sort of thing, really connecting to your body at this moment in time is so important, that we're feeling very fertile, that we're feeling very elegant. And yes, it's important that we stand out of a crowd, but in a natural way, so that we're still being ourselves. So enlightenment's coming up in spirituality. Okay, so anything that resonates with you, take that as your message. All right, so that's kind of our theme. Some stress today, and then I feel like we're healing some addictions, we're healing some old wounds, we're healing some family stuff that's been going on for a while. So it could be your connection to yourself as well. So asking, I love these cards, they're so beautiful. The Magician is the first card I see. And again, it feels like you could be healing a father-daughter, or could be father-son relationship, but regardless, I'm feeling like there's a father involved in your life, and that's what you're healing. Again, this is going to be different for different people, so that's why it's a general reading, and you can go on and book a reading with me. I just do it through voice call, and you can be anywhere in the world, and we do that for you. Magician, someone's kind of trying to pull the wool over your eyes a little bit, and you may be denying an aspect of yourself that does indeed need healing. So making sure that people are being as honest as they possibly can with you at this moment, and I'm feeling like you're just kind of figuring out some things. So it's okay if you're not sure if somebody's being honest. You're just trying to get to that point with people, all right? So this could be a new love relationship, or boyfriend-girlfriend relationship as well, where you're just trying to see your true colors shining through. So if you're gonna go on a first date, or you're looking for more romance, doing like a picnic or something outdoorsy, that's important. And I'm also hearing that there's someone in particular watching who wants to be a public figure, or they are a public figure, and talking about standing out of the crowd again. It's okay to want to be in the limelight. So maybe you're building up your confidence within yourself to be okay within, so that you can expose yourself and who you are and what you do. It's about being sincere. I've got Tiger's Eye here as well, which is all about building courage and strength to overcome our challenges and our difficulties. So I love Magician. That's often when we need to learn from someone else. So maybe it is going through to another practitioner or something like that, so that you can find out. Even I'm hearing like there's a little bit of medicine woman energy around here as well. So it could be that you have healing gifts and abilities yourself. It could even be that in a past life you had abilities and that sort of thing. So you're just kind of like uncovering and unraveling even some family secrets. So the more we learn about our families, the more we are essentially learning about ourselves. So connecting the dots, that's truly what's coming up with that card. I love that. The Priestess. Oh, we've got some really beautiful cards. I'm seeing a map of some sort. So it could be you're reading your palm. I do reflexology as well. So it's a map of the foot, a map of the hand, a map of the face. Genealogy obviously is coming through very strongly. And what's really beautiful about this card here is that she's holding that like magic ball. And it looks like she's healing from it. So again, learning about crystals, stones, things like that. Again, this is more about denying your truth. So are you having an internal battle? Even legal stuff could be coming up. Finances. But regardless, there's a new direction. And going back into that energy is really positive. So pulling yourself away from even maybe it is the public if you feel like you're on you're a little too social at times. Perhaps it's about, I need to get out of this, environment that I'm in all the time so I can find that new direction. That's completely okay. There's not one card for one person or anything like that. So everybody's path is different, and so we're really working on our own unique strengths and qualities at this time. And that's really what this lady here is trying to sort out, more or less, like what heals me, what connects me to my life, my path, my purpose, that sort of thing, which I love. I'm sensing there's resurrection around that energy, so that life after death, but also that's part of our whenever there's a new beginning, there's an ending as well, so finding peace and joy around that. There's someone who may have a profession that they're not proud of as well, and so that's where the enlightenment is coming up and putting a light spin on things all the time, because I feel like we still need to give ourselves credit for our successes, and we're still trying to release a lot of old wounds, and we're still trying to have a lot of fun. So there is someone in particular as well who's really trying to connect with their intuition and their spirituality right now, and that's a cool thing about when you learn your Reiki training, which I also teach. And I teach it online as well. I still give people attunements online. When you get a Reiki healing attunement, when you do any of your 1 to 4 levels, you get an attunement each time. And this actually opens up our third eye. This opens us up to our intuition a little bit more. It opens up our spirituality a little bit more. So there's someone I feel like that's watching that's trying to do that. And that's great. That's amazing that you're doing it. It's just maybe sometimes we need that little bit of extra sense of awareness, and I do sense it's someone that has a career that they don't really, they just don't. It could be as someone who's also in a relationship that's, like maybe you're not proud of your relationship or proud of your work, that sort of thing, and we want to feel good about who we are, but we can't be too hard on ourselves. Okay, so this is why we call it a transition. This is why we feel emotional around changes, that sort of thing, because it's usually slow. That's why the Fool is the first card. We're not at the world. So give yourself that time and give yourself that feeling of elegance and beauty. What's more? Okay, so I love that. Then you have the Empress. So these are, my goodness, are beautiful cards. The Empress. Denying your truth, living in denial, credentials. So sometimes people think that they need credentials in order to become like mainstream with what's going on. You absolutely don't need credentials. You need a strong sense of self, and you need to feel positive about who you are, where you are at all times. Now, obviously, when we're in a state of stress, we're in a different mindset. So really working on, again, just don't stress about your problems, but also we're not ignoring them. So it's finding that balance, because we can't neglect who we are just to live our lives a certain way, right? So really being called into taking a little bit better care of ourselves. And she is pregnant in this picture. So I didn't show you the Magician either. Maybe I'm doing that for a reason, because remember in this card we were talking about healing addictions. There's a father energy that someone's working through as well. Perhaps we're all being called into that aspect of ourselves. We're heightening our self-worth, and either someone that's watching has already cleared some of these problems and it's not a big deal, or they want to be more financially stable, that sort of thing. So it could be one or the other. All right, not a big deal at all, just working through this stuff. And then we have the Emperor. I'm hearing this is delightful. Challenges, changes, corrections, that's all coming up. So I'm trusting in the power of positivity. So we're being called into the law of attraction with the Emperor. He's saying your secret's safe with me. So I love that. It's funny because a big thing with any of my clients that I've really been working on the last year or so, I'd say, is confidentiality. So really working on when we open ourselves up and to talking with someone, that we feel like that's safe for us to do. So there's someone who, says that they do something and then they don't, or they're questioning that. It's also going back into that piece of someone pulling the wool over your eyes and that sort of thing. So really make sure that your spirit's aligned with the energy of gratitude, okay? I feel like singing, I surrender. I don't know why, but I guess that's when we decide that life can be very magical if you allow your self-esteem to shine. And when you have brilliant new ideas and lots of charisma and energy to do it all, like that positive energy, your life becomes like kind of your circumstances. If you're going to be pulled into the energy of like your problems all the time, then that can corrupt your mind and your self-esteem. So when we tell ourselves, yes, these are real things that I need to deal with, these are life challenges, those lessons and those goals, goal setting and all that stuff, we have all these things going on, but it's all to help us. And when we understand that these things that we're going through are actually aligned with our spirit and our path, you're going to feel very pleased with your outcomes. So I suggest that you make some new patterns of behaviors in terms of how you want to transition your energy today. And I hope that you enjoyed this reading. And thank you so much for subscribing. And I will talk to you guys again shortly. Bye.